In this video, we're going to talk about the reality of visiting Algiers, Algeria, and just the country in general. Some of you all watching may have never heard of this large country, actually one of the largest countries. It might be in the top 10, maybe top 10, top 12, I forgot. However, it's said that 80 to 90% of the country is just desert, the Sahara. Because of that, some people may think, oh, there's nothing to see there, Sly. It's just sand. Some people may think, oh, this is a country where they have a lot of people who speak Arabic. Therefore, oh, it must be filled with a ton of terrorists. It must be unfriendly to foreigners. Others may feel that, oh, this country is in North Africa. I've been to Morocco and Egypt. This must be another one of those scamming, hustling, overcharging countries. But the question is, are all of those things true? You may be thinking, Sly, I don't ever plan to visit. So can you tell me, is that reality? Is that true? Well, in this video, that's what we're going to do. We're going to I'm just going to touch on a few things and give you my experience while I was there. And for some of you all who have visited, you let me know how your time was. And for those who've never been, just write down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. But without further ado, let's get to the first point. And this is one that I've spoken about already, but I have to bring it up again because it was very noticeable, and that is the hospitality of the people. Definitely some of the most friendliest, kind folks that I've met during my travels. Whenever I needed something, people will go out of their way to try to help me. One clear example of this is with the Algiers app. Now, Algiers is basically their version of Uber. It's a ride-sharing app. One of the things about this app is that even though you input your pickup location and your drop-off location, the driver will still call you and ask you where you're getting picked up, where you're getting dropped off. The problem is I don't speak Arabic nor French, and the majority of the drivers didn't speak English. Some of them did, but most of them didn't. So usually what I would do is if I'm not near a clear landmark like a hotel, I would just find a random person on the street and try to tell them that, hey, this is the Algiers driver on the phone. Can you tell them my location? Obviously, many people didn't understand what I was trying to say, but it worked out because I would just say, Algiers, and I'll try to hand them the phone, and most of them took it, and they answered, and they quickly figured out what was going on. I just needed someone to tell the driver my pickup location so they can come get me. I think if I try that in a different country, it wouldn't go so well. If I walked up to random people and try to stick the phone in their face and like, hey, Uber. First, they'll probably think I'm trying to rob them. I'm trying to set them up. And two, they'll probably say, you're a weirdo. You're a wacko. Please get out of my face. And for the record, most of the Algerians that you saw in the video, those weren't planned events. It wasn't like an Algerian hit me up on email like, hey, let's meet up. Let me take you around the city and we can make a video out of it. No, most of the time, I just met these people out in the streets. And I would ask questions like, hey, where do I go to listen to rhyme music? Or where do I go to eat some good food? And most of the time, they'll just say, look, I'll take you there. No problem. So the interactions with the locals that you saw in the video were strictly authentic. Just people I met in everyday life, just randomly on the street. Another point I want to bring up, which is very dear to me, is about the food scene in Algeria. Let me first start off by saying I'm a huge foodie. For example, there are many people who go to countries for the museums. Some go to countries for their beaches. Many times I go to countries just because of their food. One example of this is Thailand. Many people go to Thailand for the beaches, the excursions, the nightlife, and to deal with women in the red light district. Well, I was in Thailand for 1 month and I didn't do any of those things. I didn't go to the beaches. I didn't mess with any women the whole time I was there. I wasn't doing any nightlife. How I spent my days, how I got my release at night was with, let me just show you some pictures. This is how I enjoyed myself in Thailand doing this. Oh yeah, this is bringing back memories. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Oh man, my body's starting to heat up now. Oh man, look at that. Oh. This is what kept me high on life in Thailand. Now, when it comes to Algiers or just Algeria as a whole, the food is good. Algerian cuisine is delicious. It reminds me of Moroccan food. I love Moroccan food as well. The tangine and the kefta, and all that stuff. You know, they share similar foods. So Algerian food is good. However, when you're in the country, you have to get it homemade because the restaurant scene is not the greatest. In the major cities, I found some good restaurants and you saw some of those in the videos. But apart from that, it was a struggle. I was told that many locals don't eat out at the restaurants. They mainly cook at home, which makes sense to me. The restaurant scene in the country involved a lot of fast foods, these small shops that mainly serve like super cheap burgers, pizzas, and hot dogs. And for all the Algerians listening who are going to say, Sly, you didn't go to the right places, you should have talked to a local, something like that. No, I was in the country for a whole month and I didn't cook once. So I would eat out multiple times a day. I tried many different places. I tried the fancier restaurants, the mom and pop shops. It's just one of those things where the food is good, but you have to get it homemade. And I was told this before I went, and it's true. For this next point, I don't remember if I talked about this in a previous video, but I'm going to bring it up here that Algeria has two rates, the official rate by the government, which is not the greatest. And then you have the street rate, the black market rate, the unofficial rate, whatever term you want to use, where you can get close to 80, 90%. So close to double. And it's no secret. Even the locals, like I said, they're very honest people. So they'll even tell you. Like, many times people came to me like, hey, how did you exchange money? And I'll tell them and they're like, hey, make sure don't use the banks, the ATMs, none of that. Go on the street and they'll tell me where to go. And so because of this, the country, I would say it's very, very affordable, inexpensive. This has nothing to do with the exchange rate. But I remember I read something that said gas is cheaper than water in Algeria, which is why transportation will be cheaper. That Yasir app I just got done talking about, I took maybe like a 10-15 minute ride and I forgot how far it was, but it was the equivalent of $1 with the unofficial rate, the street rate. So again, this makes traveling around the country very inexpensive. When it comes to the scenery, understand that there's a lot more to Algeria than the desert. But definitely up north, beautiful beaches, beautiful scenery. I wanted to see snow. I think seeing snow in Africa would be a crazy experience, but I believe it's only in the winter. So that's why I didn't go to the mountain regions of Algeria. I just know I showed some ruins here and there, some other landscapes, but there's a lot more. So in summary, Algeria is about the people and the places. That's why you come to Algeria, for the hospitality and the friendliness of the people. When you go to places, you'll be by yourself. You'll probably be the only foreigner there. It'll be authentic. But anyways, let me go ahead and end the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This was the last video for right now in regards to the Algeria saga. I'll be still on the continent. I have some videos coming from another country. Those are on the way. Some of you guys might be surprised to see this country. Some of you all might not even know where this country is on a map. But it should be interesting. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next country. Deuces.